Max, one of the great honors that we get to bestow on high school football kids, players in the state, is by naming them the cover boy for each classification. Essentially, for each classification, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, and private schools, we pick out one player who is a compelling story, who is a compelling figure, who is somebody who has a story worth telling, and we tell it. Yeah. We give them, we write a feature story about them at the front of each classification section. It's a great honor, I think, and it's a great way to give a nod to players who deserve that kind of pub. And so, I'm excited to announce who those cover boys are.
Okay.
These are secrets to most people. They're not secrets to the subjects themselves.
No.
But
or their coaches.
Or in many ways probably their families, right, and maybe people around town. But here are the cover boys for the 2016-17 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. In Class 6A, Cibolo Steel safety, Caden Stearns. A guy who, the story's written by Mike Craven, our buddy down there at the Austin American-Statesman, and he did a really good job of kind of telling the story of Caden Stearns, the little brother, right?
Right.
Because Jordan Stearns, his brother, is now on the Kansas City Chiefs team after starring at LSU.
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, I'm sorry.
Caden originally committed to LSU. Which
that's where I'm at. This is a really interesting story about a guy that people are saying could be the best Stearns yet, and that's certainly saying something.
Sure.
Cibolo Steel safety, Caden Stearns is our 6A cover boy. Our 5A cover boy, Denton Ryan quarterback Spencer Sanders, a guy who we thought looked like was going to lead Ryan to a title game last year before he got injured in that state semifinal matchup.
Tore his
ACL against Highland Park. He is back, and he is back with a vengeance. He's back with a chip on his shoulder. You get the feeling from Adam Bodecker's story that he feels like there's some unfinished business here.
Right.
And so there's a great story about Spencer Sanders, our 5A cover boy in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Our 4A cover boy, I'm excited about this one.
I know you are.
Pampa tight end Daryl Fields. If you don't know who this kid is, pick up this article and read it. It's written by our own Brady Keene. He did a great job with it about, here's a guy way out in the Panhandle, in a place most people don't know about, in Pampa.
Yep.
Playing a position that is going away,
right,
or at least changing.
Yeah.
And he is one of the best ones in the state. Pampa tight end Daryl Fields is our 4A cover boy. Our 3A cover boy, written by that man over there, Sonora quarterback, athlete, Caden Cordell.
Yeah.
He is a guy who you can tell the story best.
He is a quiet warrior. Talking to him, trying to get more than 5 or 6 words out of him, they come out very quietly. Nicest kid in the world, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at a football church.
Yep.
Right? In a
Cathedral,
town that is a football church in Texas, a place that is historic and storied for a million different reasons. He might be the best quarterback they've ever had, and that says a lot. The numbers are silly, and he's got one more year, and they're excited about their chances with him.
And ping pong player.
Great ping pong player. Extreme competitor. I think the whole theme was he's quiet, but he refuses to lose no matter what, including ping pong.
Our 2A cover boy, Alto linebacker Jaqueline Finley, written by our buddy Clint Buckley out there in East Texas at ETSN. Jaqueline Finley is the latest in a long line of Alto playmakers, and he is a guy who has kind of been circled for a while as the guy to bring Yellow Jacket football back to its former glory. It's a great story by Clint Buckley. Jaqueline Finley, our 2A cover boy. Our 1A cover boy, also written by that man over there, Trace Ritchie from Borden County, coach's kid. The Trey Ritchie, the coach at Borden County.
Yeah.
But Trace Ritchie is the kind of guy who kind of transcends that coach's kid label.
For sure. I think what's interesting about Trace, what stood out to me in this article is he really has an immense amount of pride for wearing the jersey, for wearing the Borden County jersey. That means something to him. I'm sure having Dad as coach helps impart that, but I think a lot of kids probably take for granted the fact if they play for a program like Borden County or Allen or some of the teams we mentioned that they didn't have to end up in that school district. Their parents didn't have to live there. They didn't have to walk into a situation where being a great competitor would mean you're part of a state championship contender. I think he totally gets that, which for his age is pretty rare, and it comes across in the story.
In our private school cover boy,
you were excited to write this
written by yours truly.
Yeah.
Brownsville St. Joseph quarterback Kai Money. I had a really good time talking with Kai and talking with his father and talking with his coach. His dad played quarterback at Rice. This is a kid who is in many respects the most under-the-radar star in the state for a lot of reasons. First of all, he plays at He plays in Brownsville, off the radar. He plays in private schools, off the radar.
Yeah.
He plays at St. Joseph,
right?
Which has been they've basically never been good. But here's this guy in Kai Money who has become a star down there. A kid who grew up on the beach. It's a really interesting story. I had a great time writing it. So Kai Money, our private school cover boy in 2017 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football.